Here we are for the Friday preview show. We're at the Shawsey Hotel in East Ballina on the way back from Lismore. We had a brilliant cup day yesterday and want to thank the Lismore Turf Club for their accommodation, Mark.
Sensational, one of the best days I've ever had. Thank you, Lismore Turf Club, thank you so much.
You get a chance in a few years to come up to Lismore for the cup, you're mad if you don't.
We'll be back here next year.
Magnificent day.
Of course,
there was a few mistakes by the bookmakers as well, which you found, Glenn, which was very good.
Yeah,
so,
the bookies are for the
it's interesting
that
the tip in the first leg of the quaddie was $7.50 when we did the show.
Yeah.
It started $3.30.
Yeah, well, they're just blokes, aren't they? They're just bookies putting up prices. They seem to disregard the fair as well. So for all you traders, like it's a day you have to earn. I think something was hard in the last yesterday, $6.80 in the cup, and it was $10 most boards. I mean, that's a big discrepancy which you wouldn't see in Sydney racing. But anyway,
Yeah, so the track has its
idiosyncrasies. Are you going to say that?
It does indeed. Right.
yeah, supposedly somebody told me that 90% return on investment for finding the leader.
Did
So
that
that's
Irish
even
guy have
more
any
than
idea?
normal stats. So
Really?
there we go.
Wow. All right,
Yes.
we've got a preview tomorrow. A really great Golden Rose with a hot favourite and an okay supporting card. And I say okay because
I
a couple
think
of
it's a
races.
betting card.
A couple of races led me a little bit left as you know, that 5-horse staying race, 150,000 prize money, like the second race Racing New South Wales.
This is the Colin Stephen handicap. It's on Metropolitan lead up.
Well, it's just an absolute disgrace. You got
It was a small field last year as
And
well.
they're weak horses still, aren't they?
two
There's
from
just
like,
nothing
we've got
there.
two from Gay. Old Richie Freeman's thrown one in. Chrissy's got Admiral Jello and old Darabad's come from nowhere with no form from interstate. So it looks
We have
like
got the trifecta in the Newcastle Cup, haven't we?
I know, but like, where's the Waller status?
Well, he scratched his to run up against his other horse.
Anyway, we'll talk about that race.
Rose Hill, 3 metres out, track fast, on pace preferred, but 3 metre position at Rose Hill is the fairest position in my opinion.
Yep.
So obviously we'd rather be up there than not, but I think the right configuration will.
You just want to bet there because generally
you
the
win
best
there every
horse
meeting?
wins.
Yeah, it's a flat track that doesn't really play funny buggers at all. Race 1, 3-year-old race. What are we, 1,300 metres?
Yes.
$2.45 favourite Beau Jest. $3.80 the debutant winner Perrette. $7 is Molten. $9 A&Air. $13 our Mantra. $15 Bella Success, who's on the backup from Wednesday. $16 Bright Idea and $41 Despised Charlie Chap.
Trained by the boss's dad.
Now
The boss's dad. It'd be funny if Mr. Van Gestel ever got in any trouble, wouldn't it? How does Mr. Van Gestel investigate Mr. Van Gestel? That's
Oh,
what
it
I'd
is
like
his
to know.
dad, is it?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Did you know that?
I thought they were related, but I didn't realise they were
Well,
that
they could
closely
probably do
related.
it somewhere.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's his dad. It might be his uncle, but either way, like, I suppose he'd stand down, the main boss, wouldn't he?
a little bit like Gold Coast property development.
Keep talking, guys.
Did you see that?
No, what do you mean? What are you going on about?
The councillors who are going to approve the big construction say, oh, I have to admit I have a conflict of interest, but for the good of the public, I will still vote.
Good
So
work.
they announced that they're biased, and then
And then they vote. Well, that's not unfair. Anyway,
I just think what a good
let's not
gig up
talk
there.
too much about the boss's dad and his uncle or whoever it is, but he's a despised right here, Charlie Chap, and he's a lovely, lovely horse. And obviously, I don't think he figures tomorrow, but he's a nice horse. Mark,
I think he's got a place chance.
You're
He's got a place chance.
going to grey me up here with Perrette because I'm telling you, this is a super hot horse. I know it's Wednesday to Saturday, and now it's coming off a touch of a PR, but looked like bad glint to me, even though he won. It goes straight to Huey. It looks drawn perfectly, and I'm telling you, it's a super most impressive weekday horse I've seen in the yard for a couple of years.
Okay, so look, obviously that's all in order. I just thought he got a good last look at horses that went too fast and capitulated.
Yeah.
And he looks to just go back here. Whereas on the speed, I've got Bright Idea, who's stepping up from the 1100 of Hawkesbury, going forward. Our Mantra, Molten. Beau Jest should map beautifully. Charlie Chap looks to go back with Bella Success, and Aeon Air is back with its stablemate Perrette. Look, I thought that
the fumble bums.
too big a night, too big a day. It was a massive day.
Yes. You know what I love about today is normally I'm the only one in this situation, but it's actually all three of us today.
Yeah, no, I'm not too bad. I'm fresh, I'm hungry. These blokes never seem to want to stop for food. It's just outrageous.
Anyway, I thought that Beau just ran a difficult affair for him first up. I know he looked to have every chance box seating there at Randwick Gate, but he resumed at 1300 in a very fast run race that returned very good figures, and he looks the horse to beat to me. And, you know, if I was...
Are you worried he's got a chink?
Yeah.
He looks chinky, this horse, to me. What do you think, Good?
I'm against him.
He looks chinky to me.
But...
He's second up after it was a tough run?
I backed it, you know, I was very keen on it, its previous start. And you know, Mark, we've talked about this before, I find it a horse that I think is trialled really well. It doesn't win first up, and geez, they tend to win second up, but I just got a bit of a bad feeling about it.
Okay.
Well, I certainly think that his price at the moment is a little ordinary.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be looking to take that sort of price. But I'm going to slow the horse that you guys like, which is PREV, I believe.
Yeah, you're pulling it. You're giving us reasons not to be PREV fans. Gordon, what are you going to finish your last tip? What are you saying?
So I'm saying number 2, and I also I can find a spot for A&Air.
Yep.
And number 3, Moulton, has returned as a gelding this preparation. His first up maiden win was enormous, slightly shitty field. And then he's held off the boom horse there at Beaumont. K McAvoy's just going to give this horse every possible chance, and I see him as being a live chance.
Okay, my tips in the race, I'm tipping 5 Perret. I'm saying it's a super hot horse with a big future. To beat A-on-Air, I can see Glyn sitting back on the inside, nothing to gain by just, or he's going to go out of his way to drive everyone mad by being a live chance here. What price is A-on-Air, Mark? About $8?
$9.
Okay.
I think there's only 2 chances in the race. That's number 5 Perret and number 2 Beaugest. I've got the order as 5 from 2.
There it is. Let's get to this staying event, the Colin Stephen Quality over 2,400 metres, $150,000 beautiful dollars raised by us punters to give to these blokes. What about me? What about all the times I blow up about this dirty, filthy Waller having 4 runners in a race?
And now you want him.
And now I'm saying, well, where are your runners? So you can't win if you're a trainer or a jockey with a punter.
No, but you know, punters are paying. That's the thing. Punters are paying.
If he had
so
5
can be
stays in this, I'd be bagging him.
Yeah.
And now he's got none, and then I'm bagging him.
All right, $2.25 favourite Broadside, $3.30 Orvray, $5.50 Admiral Jello, and $6 DIC. The other horse is Despised at 34. And
if anyone can find an edge in that market, you're too good for me. Because that looks A, B, C, D.
Right. Well, you know.
E.
$33.
Send Gord 33 for having no
Now,
comment.
can you just explain? There was a viewer that wrote into us during the week asking about the $33.
When we first originally started the show with Gord, the new Racing Rant, when Ginger Nuts took over Dowboy, he used to have no opinion on all about staying events. He stuck very hard to it for about 6 months. And as a joke, I would say, send Gord 33 for having no opinion. Yeah. So it's just a joke. So the bloke emails in saying, how do I pay the 33 for Gord's information on that race? It's just a joke. It's supposed to be funny.
Okay, so there is a horse that's not tied to not as tied
DIC.
to the other 3. It's DIC. Last start in town. The other horses have all started.
Yep.
They've gone on tour.
Yep. Rachel King to Adam Hieronymus.
Yes.
Definitely sits in behind them because the stablemate is going to lead Broadside.
Yes.
The instructions will be to sit back the same way as they did at Rose Hill.
That's right. Where Broadside was in that race and carved up by the way it raced.
I think
Broadside's got an SP on DIC.
I think it's a live chance.
Yeah, that's the way I'm suggesting based on what we've got to offer, because you've got to remember the 5 to 4 chance here. You know, 8 days, up a little bit in distance, controls the race, but the other 2 did start shorter than it.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely see good bloke Tim Clark here in perfect form. He'll ride this horse perfectly. He loves controlling pace, and he loves the fact that he's going to get 4,200 for this ride when he gets it home. And I think we'll see the best of good Timmy. But the DIC, the DF, just jumps off the pages. You've got 5 runners, 1 can't go, 3 out of the same race, and a horse with some sort of form, like you said.
He's got a Rose Hill win. He's got a more recent start than the others, actually. They're on an 8-day backup. He's on a 7-day backup.
And I do think it's the one the pros will nominate to make sure, while it mightn't be their best way, they'll want to back it.
Yeah.
I want to back it. What price is DIC?
It's $6.
Yeah, and I suspect that would be top of the market now. I could see it firming from that point.
As can I. Race 3, the Highway. We've lost the top one. And actually, Glenn, point of interest, Hare Darrow, who's our horse, the Racing Rant horse, trained by Chris Lees.
Cox plate, they say.
is a second cousin to Majestic Padrille. Their grandmothers, Mamselle Padrille and Damselle Padrille, were full sisters.
Listen, I was drinking last night with an Irish bloke, okay? Now, he's a nice fella, I don't know what his name was. He had something to do with one of the corporates, we won't mention one. But he found a chink in Minari because of the 7th grandmother. Can we just fucking all pull our heads in a bit?
Oh, and maybe the weight? Big a level weight event? I don't know.
Big hello to our new Dublin mate who has a hot girlfriend too, who I spoke to on the phone. Man, oh man, what a lucky boy you are. And to that girl, if you brush him, 55, grey hair, no money, small dick, how can you lose? How can you lose?
The highway, don't give a damn, appropriately named there after that conversation, $2.30. $5.50 only choice, $7 Majestic Drill, the horse in question, $7.50 Apocalyptic Fun, $8 Bonsley, $13 Catch the Culprit is the next line, and Rough the rest. Now, as far as maps concerned,
and the interest in this race, Mark, is this favourite going up 300 metres.
Yes, it's very interesting.
Yes, and the big weight.
And pulled hard the other day.
Yeah, I know.
So Bonsley I've got leading for T. Clark. He worked hard outside the lead there at Randwick and Fast Run Highway. Obviously the favourite will be right on the speed there for Kieran. Majestic Padrille is not going to be far away from his
in the van.
From her soft draw.
Yep.
And I had Rising King for James Innes Jr. back from Lismore, poking forward maybe outside the lead.
Did a great job at Lismore, James Innes Jr. Came up, he was the star of the show. I'll come to the club, he got one ride. Well done, James.
And I saw him walking the track. And he was walking down the middle of the straight.
Okay. He was on the late flight, was he? Maybe, maybe should have got there a bit earlier, young James. But it's at least one Sydney kind of rider turned up. It would be nice if I don't know why young Winona Costin couldn't come to one of these Lismore Cup meetings. She gets 6 rides and do a good job. And help her career.
Shout out to Winona. You know, you can catch the plane up with us next year.
And you can hang with us. Yep. I love Winona, she's a champ.
I'll pay for your flight.
All right, Gordo, you're the highwayman. You've just had a bye in the previous race. Go shoot.
Absolute moral, number 2. I actually think the 1500 metres is perfect for this horse.
Okay.
The fact that it went from 13 back to 12, now up to 15, it is a lovely segue for me.
Okay.
So, and you know what? The opposition is incredibly weak.
The full-length margin of the rest of the field is big.
Black figures.
Funnily enough, the times are terrible from that race. I mean, they're always terrible in the whole
What about
highways,
the fact that it delivered is tied to a beaten 4 lengths with Cappy on the other 200s? Does that worry you at all?
No.
Worry you, mate?
Yeah, look,
look,
I understand the appeal of the favourite, but he did pull very hard in a 1200 and he goes straight to 1500. Third run, first prep, that's getting on the cusp.
But you know the thing is, Mark, is like if it was just 12 to 15, if it was 12, 12, 15 or 11, 12, 15, I would have a problem. But 13, 12, 15
what you're
is
saying,
lovely.
What you're saying is you don't give a damn.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Righto. I must admit I was tipping number 2 on top myself. I thought it was very impressive the other day. I was a little bit concerned about the 300 to beat number 6, who's been thereabouts. What's its stupid name?
Only Choice. I think you might have tipped it in that highway. No, you perhaps tipped schedule, or maybe you were talking about the fact that it only won scraped in an Orange Maiden.
Yeah, and it carried a short SP off that into that race, and its runs since have been okay.
Second up with a trial, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's,
and number 3. So I was 263, guys, and I didn't have much time from the girls.
Right, my best bet of the day here.
Here we go.
Best bet of the day.
Spray us up.
Number 7 Bonsley, the 5-year-old gelding that got cutthroated with Blake Spriggs. T. Clark gets on board here, so he's had some highway action. He's 14 to 15. He's 4th up in his second prep, and you know, this just looks ideal for this horse to get there and tough it out with the favourite.
What price is it?
It's only $8.
Fuck you, Lamb. When you just cost me another $4.20, I'll probably back it now.
Oh,
Hold on, Mark. What are you saying? Second prep?
T. Clark.
It's still its first prep.
Yeah. I take it.
Oh, good bloke.
I'm messing around with you.
Oh,
still its first prep.
Yeah.
But yes,
do a good job, Timmy. He's a very, very good rider, young T. Clark. And he's a nice enough fellow. We bag him a bit. He still says hello.
They're all lovely. I'm in love with all the jockeys at the moment.
If you met them all?
Except James Innes Jr. I'm not a fan of him.
3 months
He's
ago,
the only one at the moment.
Timmy had his rags one day and he wanted to go, oh, you better watch what you say, Paula. Like, fuck off. Timmy, like...
he was all right to you there on Monday. He was like having a joke.
I think he woke up to himself and thought, am I fucking kidding? You know, sometimes...
Maybe he just felt sorry for you.
Not my fault. Jockeys wear tampons once a fucking month.
Anyway, look, I understand the appeal of the favourite, and the favourite will be hard to beat, but I really like number 7.
Well, I think Timmy did a good job for you there, good bloke.
Yeah, I think he will. Race 4, another small staying race, 2,000 metres.
Awful race.
$2.05 up and rolling. What's that, 20 to 19? No, 21 to 20.
21 to 20 is.
$4 is the stablemate Allwood. $5 good old Imanui. $7 Quick Defence, and then it's very rough outside of that. 26 Roman Sun heads the rest.
So they're only 4 winning chances, and they are probably all 4 winning chances, but this will be very popular, this horse up and rolling. It's got a real, what's the word, boom on it?
Yeah.
He's third up tomorrow, coming off 3 weeks off though, guys.
Well, it depends on how much some of these stayers want to gain fitness by being urged forward. Like, you know, Plot Twist is resuming in a 2,000 metre race. Why not send him forward? Or Zon Konig from the same stable, they just headed forward the other day and gave that horse a good tighten up. Roman Sun and the Way We Are stepping up from the mile. Roman Sun had a lot of time off the other day. He's had another 21 days here.
Is it fair to say that Konig's the only one of the roughies that could place?
Yeah, that's fair to say that. But I'm also talking about tempo. There doesn't look to be a lot of obvious tempo here. And you've got the Waller favourite in 1, and you've got the horse that won here 2 starts back, Course and Distance, starting odds on in 7.
Yeah, and the one thing I will say about these Waller 3 and 4 races, they don't really put it on for the fave. Any one of the 3 or 4 can often win, and often do. So he keeps. I mean, I'm sure he's probably worked out something with it all. I know he sends all us punters cuckoo. Libran's an example. Guys, I was still unfortunately tipping number 3. I think it is up and rolling to beat number 5, who attacked the line a bit the other day. Quick Defence for the first time.
Breakthrough,
and it was the first time I'd seen it look the way it can. And for third, number 2. Gord, send you 33 or are you tipping?
No, I'm against the Quick Defence race, so that makes me very keen on number 3 up and rolling.
Yeah. Right. Yet again, I think the appeal is obvious, but you know this is a tactical battle here. You know,
yeah,
and Allwood's got the aces in terms of his draw.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm not going to have them as far apart as they are.
What are you going to be like 7 to 4, 5 to 2?
Yeah, something like that, or you know, it could even
Not that close. That close.
Well, it's not much per. You've got to put plenty of per into the first 2 in the market here. There's no hopes.
Yeah, you know, the point I made is that 2 starts ago, Allwood won at this Course and Distance, odds on, right? Up and rolling won at Randwick, odds on.
Yeah, and then Allwood did come back in distance last start.
Yeah, came back in distance.
So it's almost barrier trial.
Huge problem. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the marketplace said it that day too. Marketplace said Allwood won't be winning.
That's right. That's right.
And
look, and he actually gave it every chance. He rode it into one.
The marketplace was just too good for everybody. Too good, the marketplace.
Yeah. Race 5 is the time-honoured Shannon, and it's a funny-looking Shannon.
It's awful.
$3.30 Washington Heights, $3.60 Dawn Wall,
Wow.
$6 Imposing Lass, $7 Euro Angel, $7.50 Louboutin, and 15 good Project Heads the Others. Now, as far as the speed is concerned here, we've got B. Baker, Louboutin, Imposing Lass, Hartlings with Elmagorian off to at least put herself in the race early doors. Favourite looks, Washington Heights looks to have the right draw to try and slot in. Kay McAvoy, I'm sure, will be, we'll be doing the, like getting in there somewhere. So Dawn Wall, I guess, will probably sit behind him again. Gordo, what?
I struggled with the race.
I think we all struggle with
I
race.
sort of was against Washington Heights, and then I've ended up finding the horse that it beat last start. But I'm just got an inkling
If you're
that
against Washington Heights, you've got to be against that race. So if you don't,
I don't have to, because it's first up Chris Waller, so I can say lightly raced, has lots of upside.
Dawn Wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you it's going to be second up, drawn awkward, goes to C Brown, or C Brown again.
So that's why it's
Is it a horse?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know about that. I'll have an even B in it. You have Dawn Wall, I'll have Hartlings at $81. Even billion.
Even billion. Can we make it 100 billion?
I'll be going for the battlers out there, punters. Up you go.
That's an interesting tip there, Glenn. But,
My numbers in this race were 11 from 8. I'm just tipping Baker to win the race. I'm tipping he won't even know which one does. And I think run of race is a very important thing in this
He'll
race.
come over to us and go,
He'll come over and
"What do
ask
you
me,
think?"
what do I think? I say, you're the bloody training, you idiot. He's
And
champion.
what a champion he is. Look, I did think
Ornament.
Imposing Lass was well seasoned for this race, but I mean, I suppose both the Bakers are fourth up into this race, and Louboutin was in a slightly inferior position at Newcastle, even though Imposing Lass was outside the lead. Very similar SPs, you know, they're clearly tied to each other, but you know, on the 8-day backup, fourth up, I think is, you know, like they're just.
Yep.
They're solid as a rock. I don't like tipping away form. I don't like tipping anything from Newcastle into town at the next start, even though some of them obviously
But
win.
it was an in-town race.
It's just, it's different because it's away. You know, there's something
It's
about.
the Tibby. It's a hot race.
Yeah, I know it's the Tibby.
Later
but
on, you'll be
it's-
tipping horse out of the 3-year-old Spring Stakes, Astoria. I will be, but I'm just saying.
I won't be having anything out of the Spring Stakes.
All right, fair enough.
I just think that, you know, the Tibby, where we saw your tip Zanbar win, as soon as you get a capacity field like that, and the barrier one has to be barrier one,
Yeah.
you know, the inside half of the field can't win.
I mean, yeah.
Wow. All right, well, that's the end of. Did you give your tips there?
Yep, done.
That's the end of part 1 here on RacingRant Preview.